Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Plugged In with the Unchargeables. I am Winslow Dixon. I am in for Natalie. She is the founder of the Unchargeables, and she is in Holland this week, so I will be hosting this episode. Today's topic is going to be a patient's perspective on procedures. So we have Miss Kate here. She's going to start us off.
Hey everybody, Kate from Michigan. I have hydrocephalus, PCOS, and a couple of other things. I was diagnosed at 5 days old. So I'm no stranger to medical procedures or I had my first brain surgery when I was 4 months old. Shunt placed, which I am shunt dependent. I can't live without it. Had multiple surgeries for that, which, as a patient, the thought of surgery can be very scary. And it can be hard to wrap your mind around. I mean, you really have to know who your doctor is, and you have to have faith that they're going to do what's right for you. They're going to do what's best for you. And I've been lucky enough to have that be the case. Yeah, I've had a couple setbacks where they've screwed me up pretty good. I have had to do the physical therapy. I got through that, and I actually ended up just switching neurosurgeons, medical systems, hospitals, the whole 9 yards. The old guy couldn't figure out with me. There was something more than my shunt, and I had new eyes, so to speak, on the problem. Other procedures I've had to go through: lumbar punctures, which nobody is a fan of. In my opinion, I went through way too many of them. I'll find out when I had a CSF infection, when my pressure was too high because my shunt wasn't working. When all the scans came back fine, the lumbar puncture showed that no, need to have another surgery because her shunt's not working. PCOS and some of that related stuff. I've had ultrasounds, which, no biggie. But yeah, procedures can be good. And I mean, it's not something you want to sign yourself up for all the time. Just jump at it. You really want to know who your doctor is. You want to trust. You want to have all your facts. What could go wrong? Comes recovery time, depending on what you're having done. Happen during the procedure? Are you going to be awake? It's good to know that kind of stuff. That's my take on the whole thing. How about you, Jerry?
All right. Well, I am anti-procedure. I am very anti-procedure. I personally have a idiopathic disease, CKD, is what I'm labeled as. Um, a ton of stuff. Basically, I constantly pass kidney stones. Um, I've been fortuitous enough that I've never had a procedure. I started at age 9. Family just thought I had kidney infections and stuff, or bladder infections rather, so it was treated with cranberry juice till I was about 16, 17, living on my own. Passed a sizable one, and then, okay, everything clicks. And I got sick. I'm now 37. disabled, and got it got bad for me around 28 or 29. Um, my pain doctor is basically Dr. House. He's a crusty old anesthesiologist, and he's opened my eyes to a ton of new stuff. Um, Humans have been around for, depending on your belief system, 10,000, hundreds of thousands of years. Um, and modern medicine, it turns out, in my opinion, is not that modern. If I would have grown up just 20 years ago, I would be dead by now, according to my doctors. I've been battling this my way, which is Washington State, cannabis. I don't like opiates on a daily basis. I'm opposed to them. I'm opposed to procedures because every single time that someone with my condition has a procedure, in my opinion, it shortens their lifespan, and in the opinion of my doctors. My Y chromosome is horrible. Dad died at 26. His dad died at 41. My brother died at 24. So I'm the last one left. I've been scanned way too many times. They can't even scan me anymore. So my opinion is that be very, very careful if you have procedures. Be very careful with your imaging, and try to get a broader look at Western medicine, look at Eastern medicine, and look at the bigger picture worldwide. Um, that's my take on it. What about you?
Thank you, Jerry, and thank you, Kate, for your opinions. I'm kind of in between both of you on my opinion. Let me preface by saying I'm not a physician, I'm not a doctor, but I have had my share of issues with procedures and that sort of a thing. I have had at least four or five, five, I believe. And my honest opinion is that sometimes it's necessary and sometimes it's one of those evils that must be done. That being said, Jerry and I have a similar condition, and I know that a lot of people with our disease have stents put in and a lot of different things for our kidneys. And I have opted not to take that route because scar tissue and those sort of things, adhesions and complications from surgery are something that you want to avoid at all costs. That being said, I also have some other disorders that have required me to have surgery. I had to have a procedure done this past year where I had to have three pelvic masses removed because I have endometriosis, and it got to the point where I have lost fertility and sort of things like that at before age 25, which is unfortunate. And had the endometriosis been taken care of earlier, I don't think I would have lost that. So procedures are sometimes necessary. My tips on how to prepare for them are just, I'm going to echo what Kate said: educate yourself, know your physician, know the plan, know the risks, know the benefits, and outweigh it. Make a conscious choice. I know sometimes we have to have emergency surgeries. When I was 18, I had to have my appendix removed and then ended up having to have my gallbladder removed as well. Kind of an emergency thing. I really didn't have enough time to decide, but it did save my life. So I think that you have to be an educated patient. You can't just go in and assume that every doctor is going to have your best interest, because honestly, they don't. It's like anything else. You go to the grocery store, there's bad people there, there's bad doctors, there's good and bad people all across the world in every field. So, my advice is just educate yourself, know the risks, know the benefits. And if it works out that the risks do outweigh the benefits, then you have the right to say no. Your health is in your hands, essentially. I know that there are amazing surgeons and a thousand different remedies for things, and modern medicine, Eastern medicine. There are options. There are always options. So explore as much as you can. Educate yourself. Um, but that's my take on it. So I appreciate you guys tuning in, and we will be back next week. Thank you.